My name's Duncan and I'm reviewing the JXD S7800.
So what attracted you to getting one of these in Dunc?
I was looking at two of them. There was one called the Gamepad Argos, but the analogues was in the wrong place. So I thought, I know, I'll type in JXD, see if they had any new one. Then I come across this. And I was watching a load of YouTube videos on it, and just kept watching them on it. I thought, yeah, I do like that. What, it runs really well.
Explain to me what it does then.
It plays retro games like the Dreamcast, SNES, Mega Drive, PSP, PS1, PC Engine, MAME Arcade, all the good old games from the good old days.
So it's basically a handheld computer emulator. What sort of size screen's it got?
It's a 7-inch tablet screen.
And comfortable to hold in your hand?
Really, really nice and comfortable. It feels a lot better than what the PSP did in your hands.
So would you say it feels familiar to the Wii U controller?
Similar to the Wii U controller, but a bit better. The analogues do work on this as well.
Yeah. What's the main feature that's attracted you to it? The emulation, by the sounds of it.
Yeah, the emulation, because it runs my favourite PS1 games brilliant, like Suikoden 1, Suikoden 2 runs fine. All the RPGs I ever wanted, what I had in my collection ages ago from the PS1, it'll run all of them.
What about classics like you had on your last device? I can't remember what it's called. The Oil. Would it run things like Circus Charlie and all your classics from Maine?
Yep, it'll run all of them. Run all of them really perfect. A lot better than the Oya.
Don't miss the Oya at all then.
I do for a big screen machine.
Cool. Sweet and sorry. So we're booting up the gamepad now, and Dunc, what are you showing us?
I'm going to show you a PS1 game running on.
Yeah.
One of your old favourite games from your Dreamcast.
Okay then, time to boot up and get showing us. Yeah. Rayman 2, The Great Escape. Okay then, Dunc. Let's see you blast through a level. That, I must say, is fucking awesome for a handheld.
I'm a big Wonder Boy fan. I wish they'll do a brand new game for the Xbox One arcade of a very new Wonder Boy there.
Yeah, I think the chances of us seeing remakes of retro ain't too good. We can always cross off our fingers and hopes. Anyway, back onto the XD handy thingy type situation.
The JXD.
Yeah, the JXD type situation. You've had one of these in the past? Do I remember correctly?
Yeah.
Yeah, I remember from the past we had big trouble getting it to run fucking anything, didn't we?
Yeah.
So now they seem to have sorted all that out. And when we bought this one, it actually was preloaded with all your emulators, if I remember correctly.
Yep.
Buy from Amazon, people, and make sure you get the one that says preloaded with your emulators. And obviously, we're not allowed to talk about putting ROMs on there, but we know it plays ROMs, and obviously that's the main appeal to it. Right, so Dunc's playing with his Mr. Nuts.
What's better than the Mega Drive version?
I'm going to dub Duncan saying, Nintendo's crap, Nintendo's crap, Nintendo's crap. I think with Duncan, he's always playing with nuts, look. Okay, so here's Mr. Nuts running on the JXD S7800, I think it is.
Yep.
Really nice and clear.
And the SNES games run a lot faster.
Probably just running at 60 hertz, the proper speed. But don't forget we've got shitty 50 hertz over here back in the day with the borders. Yeah, true, Duncan is good with his nuts.
I am like my mates, Clifford, Chris and Tony, but I haven't got a big enough place to collect cartridges, so I play my retro stuff on a good screen for me.
So what's the battery life like on one of these, Dunk?
5 hours.
And that's from a full charge, yeah?
Yeah.
Yeah, and when you buy it, it comes with the power pack, yeah?
Yeah, but you'll need a 3-pin shaver plug for it.
Oh, 3-pin Euro plug adapter.
Yeah.
Cool, cool. So we hear Duncan's very happy with it, so he puts a big thumbs up and recommends the JXD. We all advise you go out there and buy one. So over the last year or so, Dunc's had quite a few different devices. Let's get Dunc's opinion on the devices. First of all, Dunc, you had quite a few devices over the last few months, as we know you like to chop and change. So we'll talk about some of the ones you've had in the past. Now we know you recently got yourself an iPad back because you love your iPad, but I clearly remember you having the WikiPad. What was your thoughts on that?
The WikiPad was too heavy in your hands.
Was it good for emulation and things like that?
It was good for emulations, but it was just too heavy. The way you had to put the tablet inside the joystick.
And what else have you had over the past? Oh, you went back to the Wii U for a while.
Really, the Wii U, it's good, but I still prefer a lot more retro stuff than these new games. New games I get bored. Retro stuff I do not get bored with. I love retro, I live retro. Same with me music. Me music is retro as well.
Yeah, so and then one of the reasons you was got your Wii U was to play PS Solar as well as the Nintendo stuff, because I've always known you to be Nintendo from the millions of years ago from the Corner Cafe arcade. Don't you think you'll be missing out on games like the Toad game coming out, which I can never remember what it's called, and PS Solar? But obviously we know you won't miss out on PS Solar now because in the background Bob's playing it on the Xbox One. Aren't you, Bob?
I am, yes, it's very good.
The only game I'd miss, I'm gonna miss if it don't get come for the Xbox One, is Shovel Knight, and I would love that to see that on the Xbox One.
This is what it's like getting up from the floor when you're 50.
Jeez.